"Take him down, now!" The officer's voice cut through the cold morning air, sharp and commanding. He gripped the canine's leash as the powerful dog surged forward, teeth bared, muscles coiled like a spring. The parking lot went silent. Uniformed officers turned, eyes narrowing, expecting to see the dog lunge, expecting chaos. But in the middle of the charge, something strange happened. The dog stopped. One paw hovered mid-step, its ears perked. Then slowly it sat. Calmly, quietly, facing north. It didn't growl, didn't bark, didn't move an inch. The officer shouted again, louder this time, "Engage!" But the dog ignored the command, eyes fixed on the elderly man standing at attention a few yards away. That man, stoic, still and silent, was Sergeant William Thorne, 83 years old, dressed in his old olive uniform with medals that had seen jungles and fire, wars and decades. He stood with a solemn grace, back straight, eyes unmoving. And somehow the dog knew. Somehow the dog recognized him. It had all started just minutes earlier. Police received a call. An elderly man was standing at a veterans' memorial, yelling, disturbing the peace. When they arrived, they saw a lone figure by the statue, whispering to the names etched in stone. They didn't ask questions. They assumed mental decline, confusion, or worse. "Crazy old vet," one officer muttered. "Get the K9 unit ready," another said, and that was how this began. But William Thorne wasn't yelling, he was honoring. Every year on the same date, he returned to this spot. Same hour, same silence. He faced north and stood at attention for exactly 13 minutes. The time it took for his entire unit to be wiped out in a surprise ambush during the Vietnam War. He had left the camp moments earlier to grab an extra canteen. It saved his life. And cursed it. That ritual, it wasn't a breakdown. It was a vow. But the officers didn't know that. They saw a disruption, so they gave the order. Only the dog knew better. When the K9 froze, the handler pulled harder, confusion creeping into his tone. "What's wrong with him?" he asked. But the dog wouldn't budge. Its eyes stayed locked on Thorne's frame. It tilted its head, then whimpered. Not in fear, but in recognition. Not of the man, but of what he was. Because Sergeant Thorne wasn't just a veteran, he had been a K9 handler himself. In the war, he trained and fought beside dozens of dogs. Some lived, some died saving lives. His last companion, Ranger, died shielding him from shrapnel. William never took on another dog after that. He couldn't bear it. But that bond, the way he carried himself, the scent of his uniform, the posture of discipline, it was all still there. The commanding officer finally stepped forward, the tension slowly dissolving into confusion and awe. "Sir, are you okay?" he asked, his voice now softer, more measured. Thorne didn't respond right away. He waited, eyes forward, counting the final seconds. When the 13 minutes passed, he turned with military precision. "I'm fine," he said simply. "You didn't respond to us approaching," the officer explained. "We were concerned." Thorne looked the man dead in the eyes. "I heard you, but today isn't for talking." Then something remarkable happened. The K9 stepped forward, slow, deliberate, and sat beside Thorne. No aggression, no hesitation. It lowered its head, resting it gently against the veteran's leg. The crowd of officers didn't cheer. No one dared speak. One removed his cap. Another raised a slow, respectful salute. News of the moment spread quickly. A bystander had recorded it all, the footage capturing the precise second the dog refused to attack and instead sat beside a man marked by history. The video's title read, "K9 refuses to attack veteran, honors him instead." It went viral in hours. Veterans across the country watched and wept. One commented, "That dog knew. He knew who he was standing in front of." Another added, "We need more dogs in charge." Later, the police department issued a public apology. Thorne didn't ask for it. He didn't care for headlines. All he asked was that next year he be allowed to return, uninterrupted. The department agreed, and when that next year came, he returned. Same time, same place. But this time, he wasn't alone. The same K9, now retired, waited beside the memorial. And next to him stood the handler, no longer pulling a leash, but standing with hands respectfully behind his back. For 13 minutes they stood there, three figures facing north, silent, still, remembering. The man who had lived, the dog who had honored, the officer who had learned. Because sometimes the strongest salute comes from the one who doesn't speak. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. So if this story moved you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below. Some heroes wear uniforms, others wear fur. But all of them remember,